So here we go again. I'm just going to repeat everything I just said. This is a meme tournament arranged through small Tourneys AOE in Discord. They also have an ongoing larger 1v1 tournament with 3 different divisions, gold, silver, bronze for regular settings, but this is the meme tournament, like an extra event. It's and for this third round in this tournament, it's Celts only. It's a best of 1, so winner takes it all here. And yeah, rules state siege, Celts siege only. So that effectively means that you're not allowed to make any aggression until you have siege weapons. Should be good news for both players here that Mediocrity on his side here, you could wall towards the woodlines, maybe in a stone wall when it gets to the field age. I don't think there's any rules against that. And he could easily secure his side on the map here. Same goes for Chironage. Between the woodlines here, has all of the time in the world to wall off, but would maybe consider to extend the walls even a little bit further to secure this gold as well. But you'll have to excuse me for fast forwarding in this one. There's not really, as the rules state that it's siege only, there's not really going to happen anything until the castle age here. So just hop on until we get to the castle age for this one. If you want to know the rank of the players, you could write !rank in the chat with their nickname, and you should see their current ranking and elo. I'm not too sure how this is going to play out. Celt siege, both players with equal siege, so it's a mirror matchup with mirrored siege. So both players will have the Celt siege firing faster. I'm quite curious to see how that will play out for the players here. Looks like Mediocrity is taking a serious villager lead here, as Chironage has either lost villagers to Boar, or he's just lagging a little bit behind in terms of idle time here. Both players going up to the field. It's Mediocrity going first here with well, they're at the same villager count now, but they weren't at the point of clicking up. But it is an early field age for Mediocrity, should mean that he will be reaching the castle age earlier as well. Walling off with palisades now, that's not going to keep the Celt battering rams or Milas out, but here we go. Both players also up to the castle age, and soon we will be going to pay attention to what's going on here. Chironage sending one of his villagers forward, preparing for the attack here already. It's going to be a sneak siege workshop for him most likely, unless this was a mistake. Oh, Mediocrity, nice with the scouting awareness there. Might or might not. Yep, sees the villager. Actually doesn't take the fight. And now Chironage with the possibility of sending his own scout to fend off the attack here. Siege workshop up on the hill for Mediocrity, taking the hill before Chironage can do so. This villager seems a bit disoriented here, doesn't quite know where to go. Sees the siege workshop going up on the hill for Mediocrity, of course, so that leaves out the opportunity for them to take that hill, but moving further towards the side instead. And being chased by Mediocrity's scout here now. Chironage will have to bring his old scout back, but will be saving this villager. However, Mediocrity is already in the process of getting the upgrades and getting the siege out here. I think that's the Scorpion ready already. Villager being pulled away now, maybe looking to build a siege workshop on the hill here. And scout might go down to the Scorpion here. It's very indecisive forward from Chironage, probably looking to drop a sneak siege workshop somewhere. Has lots and lots of wood in the bank, but not really producing yet. Dropping defensive siege workshop at home, I guess that's a decent reaction to the fact that one is going up here. But here comes Scorpion and 2 mangonels for Mediocrity already. Meanwhile, Siege Workshop in the corner for Chironage, and Mediocrity has either scouted it or expected that the villager run in this direction. Could have actually scanned with building foundations here as well to see that that's what's going on here. So some defensive siege for Chironage here. And some sneaky Mango and Scorpion now going to hit the wood line of Chironage here. Gets one hit, weakens the villagers a little bit here, and Mango will hit as well, one villager down. So that's 31 to 30 villagers now, maybe not the most significant stat here at the moment. Wood and gold income seems consistent for both players, as Mediocrity currently is trying to get the Chironage oust here, but loses two mangonels in the process, and will likely be losing a Scorpion as well. So this is some micro-intensive, but in the slow way for both players here. Mediocrity bringing forward a villager to... yeah, attacking and siege with villager is allowed. You're not allowed to make knights or scouts or whatever here, so you're forced to use villagers to fight and siege to fight the opponent's army. Defensive Mangonel for Mediocrity at home deals with the forward Mangonel of their opponent here. Another one comes out, but Chironage a little bit impatient here, not waiting for more siege to kick in here. So nice repairs. Another Mangonel goes down though. Let's toggle the KD here to see what's happening here. Is 10 to 6 for Chironage. Actually, in the mix here, so some nice defense at home now, almost taking out Scorpion. Might lose some Mangonel to Scorpion here, no problem. Mangonel deals with the Scorpions of Mediocrity here, so beautiful KD for Chironage so far. It's 13 to 6, and he's leading on in the siege war at the moment. Two Mangonels in the top for Chironage, wants to take out some production here, maybe. Both players, by the way, on only one TC, but Stonewall's going up for Chironage. In his home base, only Palisades for Mediocrity for the moment. That's not going to hold off siege for very long. Gets a nice hit in on some villagers here, but in return Mediocrity gets a hit on the Mangonel, almost gets a 1-for-1 there, but isn't able to save his Mangonel in time, and repairs will be coming in from Mediocrity here. Scorpion moving around for a little bit of scouting here for Chironage. Might be looking to hit the wood line here if he can, but will be suffering some Mangonel shots here, so Mediocrity is just fine at the moment. 15-11 and 9-15 for the players respectively now in the KD. Looking at the equals level, 15 on wood, 15 on gold for Chironage. 16 on wood, 11 on gold for Mediocrity. So Mediocrity arguably with a better eco setup here to sustain siege production, considering that it's more costly on wood than on gold for these siege weapons. There's also two siege workshops for Mediocrity now dropping the third, whereas there's 2 for Chironage, 1 forward and 1 at home. Building villager goes down, but Mangonel might go down for Chironage as well. Is it 1-for-1? No. Nice Mangonel micro from Chironage again, saves one Mangonel and gets 1-for-0 here, chasing a little bit with the weak Mangonel now, maybe just thinking about getting some knowledge of the map here. Fascinating thing here is you really want to keep your initial scouts alive here, not really because for the damage output, but for the actual scouting intel on the map. And I'm not sure if they both have their scouts alive. I don't see any blue scout on the map here. So I think Mediocrity actually has lost their scout. So constant siege production for both players though. This is slow and at the same time kind of satisfying to watch, because you won't really miss any action with this kind of slow forwards. Villagers are allowed to attack enemy siege, so it could be a play for Mediocrity to bring in the villagers here to deal with the Mangonel, but then they would be of course at risk to be attacked from attack ground on the way there. Nice hit again for Chironage here. He's proving his micro skills here with Mangonels. It's 21 to 13 KD now. And at some point players will be running out of gold here, and then what do you do when it's siege only? I mean, it is gold heavy, of course you can go to neutral gold with little or no risk as the game moves on, but you still need to have it in mind. This time is Chironage losing some numbers here, bringing one villager to attack this Mangonel, but will in return be Vil fought here. Could have picked off this weak villager though while forward at this moment, as the Mangonel is only attacking ground at the moment. Mangonels and rams for Chironage. Is it up in the corner here, adding a ram? Yeah. So wants to take out enemy production capabilities with the ram here. I'm not too sure about the ram choice, because the Mangonels will essentially counter rams with their ranged attack. The rams won't be able to catch up with the Mangonels, but maybe if you have many enough, it could be a different story. Villager count is the same for both players here, they're both staying on 1 TC. You don't really need more to sustain siege production like this, because you won't be booming into any tech switches or anything significant. You might need a university and upgrades for siege when or if it should go to the Imperial Age here, but other than that, it's justified to go 1 TC eco and maybe stop at 80 or 90 or 100 villagers or so here. Nice sneaky hit from Mediocrity here, almost kills the Mangonel, gets another hit and kills it off. Chironage looking to raid a little bit on woodland here with one Mangonel, but will be intercepted by Mediocrity here. Finds an entry point behind the house here, and now could get some great hits in on the villagers on the houses and golds here. Gets chased by one villager though, so this one needs to be accompanied by some more units. It looks like a 1-for-1 here, and then 1 HP villager praying for his life here. This man, I'm now plugging the hole. Further Mangonel production in the north here. This is a really slow game. You don't really know how it's going to end here. There won't even be a Celt unique tech for these players, because you're not allowed to place castles. It's a 1-for-1 again, so none of the players really stacking up an army here. Chironage might be doing so in the north here. I think he sent his ram forward and it went down to Mangonel fire here without me noticing. Another Mangonel lost for Chironage. He's losing his micro battles right now, and is going to be 1-for-1 again here. No, none of them go down, surprisingly enough. Really needs a hit here now, and both would be... Oh, saves it again. Nice dodge from Chironage there. Brings in the villager to repair as well. And let's look at their... Well, they're both missing buildings to click up, so we won't be seeing any Imperial Age soon. But Imperial Age tech would be huge here anyway, because then you could get into Onager and maybe even Siege Onager. And if you're the first one to get these upgrades, you will have a very significant advantage. So I'm attacking on the woodland on the other side. You really want to deny wood in this matchup, because if you don't have wood, you can't produce siege. Scorpion on the mix as well. The Scorpion could just stay here on patrol or attack ground or something and annoy the woodlands here, and then it will force a reaction from Mediocrity. A couple of villagers forward as well, so as the game progresses, they are allowed to attack with the villagers, so that could be an option once your mines start running out here and you need some extra option, but you will need to be careful against Mangonel still, of course, otherwise it would be a villager slaughter. Military 7-5 for Mediocrity here. Mediocrity saving up on some more units, getting a university, but I don't think that university will pay off significantly until the next age kicks in for them. Nice little hit there, and then dodging gets to weaken both Chirinage's Mangonels here. Some attack runs and some rams in the field now. Rams maybe wanting to go forward to hit the siege workshop here, but they would need to be accompanied by Mangonels here to defend against Mangonels. 1-for-1 again, but now the rams are free to enter, and production from Chironage, but that's, yeah, it's in the north here. This Mangonel is in danger, because when the rams are close, they only need like 1 or 2 hits to take out a mangonel. So this building might very well go down. Both players consistently, or at least even in the production of villagers here. Looks like they both stopped producing villagers. Mediocrity has queued up but is on the way to the Imperial Age, and that is a tech change that could be huge. He also has the universities who could be getting significant upgrades from there as well, whether it be chemistry or siege engineers or whatever Kelts have access to. The forward siege workshops goes down, and Mediocrity is with 10 to 5 military and is ready to charge forward here, as it loses a little bit here but also picks up a Scorpion and Villager of Chironage, so very still good value from whatever was in this siege workshop. 53% Imperial Age. Defensive towers, not yet from either player here. They are allowed to drop defensive towers as the game moves on, I believe. But now it's going to be soon enough going to be Mediocrity on the forward here. Could invest into some repairs here, but will probably be taking into Cap Ram and Siege Ram, I assume, from the fruit count here. Almost a loss again, but saves the unit. And the first upgrade prioritization will probably be Onager here. Almost a 1-for-1 there, but that turns out to be 1-for... yeah, 1-for-1 kind of still, but has more in the mix, and that's just impossible to dodge for Chironage. Here comes the Imperial Age, and Eco does support the Onager upgrade. Actually goes to complete the mangonel before the Onager upgrade kicks in. I assume that's not really something you need to stress at this point. Your opponent still hasn't clicked the Imperial Age. You can't know that, of course, but you can maybe still suspect that that's what's going on. Look at the production tab here for Mediocrity. It's much more impressive here as the university goes up for Chironage as well. Probably feeling the stress a little bit here. Needs the second building to click up. It will be able to click up to the next age immediately as the university goes up, but if Mediocrity gets forward in time here, it could actually potentially deny this university from going up and delay the click up for Chironage even more here. Siege workshop on hill on the side here as well. Not having a scout, that really impairs your vision here. Actually, the scout is here, never mind, but it's not really at least scouted. That's something going on. Here comes some villagers. Stone walls, temporary defense here, but that doesn't protect these villagers from Onager fire, which is going to be now for Mediocrity. And let's have a look at the eco setup if there's... yeah, Siege Onager is still far away. Prioritizing other upgrades here, like upgrades for trade to adjust resources to have access to gold in the long run, and now with 8 Onagers forward and now only up against Mangonel here. Imperial Age still on the way for Chironage here. And how do you fend off this now at this point in game? This is not looking too bright for Chironage here. At this rate, the DCs will go down, builders will go down, you won't have any eco to back your Imperial Age, and even reaching Imperial Age is going to take you a while to get to the significant upgrades here. It's now a huge mass of there's 13 to 4 military here for Mediocrity. Defensive towers are allowed. Could probably take into guard tower as well. I see that as a valid option here, but at this point it looks over for Chironage. He's 1 age behind. Would be needing to fight Onagers with Magnus. University goes down as well, so that rules out the opportunity for significant upgrades for Siege here. Another defensive tower, but that's being denied, and villagers being slaughtered, going down like flies here. Ay ay ay. And the GG is called, and it will be Mediocrity advancing to the final round of the tournament, which is going to be a best of 3 and with 1 different meme rule set for each round. Just a quick look at the stats. It's maybe not too significant here, but still fun to have a look at. KD, this is only Siege on some villagers of course, but mainly Siege, so 61 to 34, pretty cool here. And wood collection, gold collection, not too dissimilar between the players, but it's probably the KD then kicking in that eco is put to better use overall. Villager High pretty similar as well, although Chironage did go for the second TC, maybe trying to catch up in eco a little bit. And here's the time lag. Nothing too significant army-wise. This is only siege, remember, so that's the only thing they were allowed to make.